We're going fishing today. Now I'm here at Bait Incorporated in Chalmette. A lot of you are familiar with this, and there's only one other boat trailer here. Now, if I had to be frank with you, I'll tell you that I would rather not go fishing here, but it's closer, it's convenient, it's a place that I'm very, very familiar with because there's a very special mission for today's fishing trip. And that is the fact that this upcoming weekend is my nephew's birthday party. And he made the very special request that he have fried speckled trout. But there's a problem. They don't have any speckled trout. So who do you think they called? Gotta pay the man. And if there's speckled trout out there, I feel very confident that I'm going to catch. So let's go ahead and get that boat in the water and get to the first fishing spot. Tell you what, I am seeing a couple bait balls here and there on sonar, and that's always a good thing. All right, this will be my last drift here, and then we're just gonna go somewhere else. Man, that's not a fish. It's a fish. Spot lock. Felt like grass. Really strange bite. It's a nice trout too. Bam. Skunk is out the boat, baby. Look at that. That's a good keeper speckled trout right there. That's what we're looking for. If we're gonna do speckled trout fillets for Baylor's birthday party, that's the fish we're gonna start with. That's fish number one. 1/8 ounce jig head. Oh man, I just got lit up right there, man. Gosh, that was a good bite. There we go. Man, this is another nice one. Whoop. Nice. Man, how long are you? Nice, 16-inch fish. That's a nice speckled trout. Welcome to the club, buddy. All right, last time I said this was my last drift, I caught a trout. So I think that I'm gonna say again, and I really do mean it, this is my last drift here. Then I'm just gonna go somewhere else. If I picked up like 5 trout on that drift, then I would stay and keep going, but I don't know how long this drift is. Let me measure that out real quick. Yeah, my last drift was almost a half mile, so 1 trout and a half mile is kinda, I've had better days. Oh man, that felt good. That felt awesome. It's another nice trout. Son, she absolutely slam hammered it. It's another gorgeous speckled trout, baby. So, I mean, I'm thankful to catch that fish, but it's like, we need a better bite than that. It would just be nice to get on something better than that. Those are quality fish though. It isn't like I've only caught 3 fish so far, but they've all been nice. The jury is still out on this drift. Like I gotta do something awesome before it's over in order for me to stay here. What bothers me is that the wind is blowing out of the northwest and it's going straight down to Mr. Ghost, so the further I go down, the rougher it's gonna get. Oh man, I got thumped again right there. Come on, man. Oh man, there we go. That felt awesome. It's a nice one. Bam, baby. All right, so that's another good speckled trout. and we're just gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep going. It's working. Dang, dude, that just loaded up. There was no bite. It just felt like grass. Man, that boat just saw me boat flip that trout. So this is a time when I will not run and gun, but I will stay in grind, is when I just know it's gonna be a grind, because it's that time of year. I mean, guys, it's February, water temperature is 50 degrees. If this is working, don't try and fix it if it isn't broke, is what I'm saying. Ooh, that feels good. Nice speckled trout. Ooh, baby, there we go. This is the kind of trout we want, yeah. All right, getting some consistency going here. Nice. Another perfect size speckled trout. Ooh, man, that's another one. Okay, I'm spot locking. Oh man, this one's nice. Guys, I'm telling you right now, that fish was over 20 inches, so she's gonna go back anyway. Still wish I caught her though. This will be my last cast, then we'll, I'll drift again. Man, that felt good. That was a solid thunk. I'm trying to take a little easier on this girl just so I don't lose her like I did that last one. This is a smaller fish though. This is the kind of fish I want to be catching right here. Good eating sized fish. That's what we want. All right. Ooh, there we go, baby. Spot locking down for the second time today. Bang. Let me tell you about the rod and reel combo that I'm using to catch these speckled trout. It is a Daiwa Tatula combo. Specifically, what I'm throwing here is a Daiwa Tatula SV spooled in 15-pound fluorocarbon. And the rod is a Daiwa Tatula Elite Seth Fighter jerkbait rod. And it was designed specifically by Seth Fighter for throwing jerkbaits, or in our case, for speckled trout, twitch baits. And as you can see, somebody decided to make a funny there. This is a great rod for throwing jerkbaits, and I've thrown a lot of different kinds of rods for jerkbaits, and this is hands down my favorite, and I highly recommend you try it out sometime. Like a whoop. Yeah, 14, so. Oh, he's not 15. Trout tacos, 15, no, 16. That's a little nicer fish. That's trout number 17. Woohoo! 18. Fish number 19. Trout number 20. Now, I'm using my electronics to help me catch fish. And the way I'm using the graph up here is I can see exactly where I've drifted, so I'm not drifting over the same stuff if I don't want to. Or if I want to drift over the same stuff, I can line it up. So you can see all the little crazy wavy lines. That just means someone ran past me. That's someone's wake running over the boat right now. You can see that off to my right-hand side, there's not a whole lot of grass, but off to my left-hand side, there is. And intermittently, you'll see bigger shadows mixed in here, and some of that's just thicker clumps of grass, but some of it definitely is fish. Like, that's a fish all day long. That's a bigger fish holding on the bottom for sure. That's a crab trap right there that doesn't have a buoy on it. And then like some of these shadows up here, those are probably fish too. Now, as to what kind of fish they are, well, I'm not sure, but I know that I do like to see some kind of life. I never really do well anywhere just a ghost town. I don't see anything on the sonar at all. Oh my gosh, I hope that got on camera. Oh my gosh. There's a speckled trout, looked to be, I don't know, it could have been 14, 16 inches, that came and swiped at the bait just as I was pulling it up to take it out of the water. Won't be a keeper, it's a keeper. Bam. Trout 21. Bam. Ooh, stay buttoned up, baby, stay buttoned up. Oh, this fish is a little smaller. Yeah, it could make the team. That's a 12-inch fish. This is number 22. Man, that's a nice one. It felt like I got hung up on something for a second. Oh, please don't be over, nah, she ain't over 20 inches. All right, sweet. Whoop. Bang. Bang, baby. Man, that lure came out. She wasn't hooked by much. That's a good sized speckled trout. This is speckled trout number 23. Ooh. Oh no, stay at it, stay away from that crab trap, baby. If this cannot be a speckled trout. There's no way this is a trout. All right, looks like I foul hooked it. Oh, it is a trout, I just foul hooked it, that's all. Bam. I was about to say, that's a trout. And it's pulling like that, it's pulling like a redfish. All right, this is trout number 24. One more fish, baby, one more. I mean, guys, this is what I got going on here. I gotta show this to you. All these other boats just sitting behind me. And that's all right, there's nothing wrong with that, but only one of them was going back and forth across this flat and drifting it. They see me catching, they come over here. They see the other guy catching on the other side of the flat, they go over there. And that just isn't the way to do it. Come on, one more trout. Oh, there we go. This could be 25. Good Lord, please just be 25. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh yeah, all day long. Trout 25. So let's troll out of here, and I'm gonna go over how it is I caught all these fish. Because I would not say today's an easy day. I say today's a kind of a rough day. That is a box of 25 speckled trout. Just gotta throw some ice on it next. All right, so I tucked up underneath the wall here. This is the Great Wall of Chalmette behind me, just because I want to get out of the wind. There's better audio here. I don't think that too many people right now are going out and catching a limit of speckled trout, so I want to share with you a little bit on how it is I got that done. Now, typically, this is something that I do strictly for LAFB Elite, where I take the GPS tracks off my GPS and upload them to Google Earth and go over everywhere it is that I went and everything it is that I did. Now, I think it is pretty obvious the area that I fished. And what matters here is not the area so much as it is the pattern and the technique and strategy I use to match it. Let me say that one more time because I cannot hammer that point home enough. It is technique and strategy to match the pattern. The pattern is February. It's really cold. We just got done with a really strong cold front. Water temperature was in the high 40s when I first launched. And I was able to find a part of the marsh that had a water temperature as high as 54 degrees. That's a big change compared to other water I was fishing that still had a water temperature of 49 or 50 degrees. It was not a fast bite, and I don't think that I could find a fast bite today. And by fast bite, what I mean is like catching a trout every other cast or every cast or like every 3 to 5 casts at the slowest. I don't know how many times I cast today, but it was a lot more than that. And I would tell you that I probably drifted, just off the top of my head, probably a dozen times. But what really tied this all together was the lure that I was using and the line and the rod and reel that I was throwing it on. My electronics were also very key today because they helped me know where my previous drift was. So as you can see here, that wind was blowing from the northwest, and all my tracks that are going from the northwest to the southeast, well, those are the tracks that I drifted on. And then you can see where I would start my drift here and go all the way down, boom, stop there, and then run all the way back, put down the trolling motor and start drifting again. I did it over and over and over and over again. Today was definitely something of a grind, but it was a grind that kept producing. I was really using primarily just one rod, and that was the rod I showed you. I did occasionally throw a jig, but it didn't do anything compared to like what the Seth Fighter rod did. So as I'm up here fishing, you know, I'm throwing that mirror dyne around and whatnot, I'm looking down at my graph. And so I'm able to look down at it and know where it is, my boat needs to drift if I'm going too far the left or right, or of wherever it is that I want to be. So if I make a drift and don't catch anything, well, I'm going to mark it and I'm not going to go back down it again. But if I make another drift that's just to the left or right of that and I catch, you know, 1 to 3 fish, which is what each drift was giving up for me, then I know to stay on that drift. If there's another boat that jumps in front of me and they kind of get in the way, I can go around them and get right back on my drift because I can see it on my GPS. It's that kind of stuff that separates the people who catch limits from those people who don't and they just hear about it on Facebook. Now this is the kind of stuff that I do for my members who support this, who make all of this possible inside LAFB Elite. And if you would like to learn more about that membership and see more of these fishing trip reviews, as well as all the courses that you get and discounts on tackle, you can visit www.lafbelite.com. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help. And if you'd like to be notified when the next one goes live, all you have to do is subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Thanks for watching, and tight lines.